Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
So now from 41 to 45, you're chilling out a little bit, not long, but
Yeah.
So were you able to get back into the swing of things with spiritual religious?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There was a time when I did, and I don't remember what the age was, but
Yeah.
I would say it was weak.
Okay.
So like even if I was doing it,
Yeah.
it wasn't like heartfelt or whatever. It was like, oh, I got like a checklist,
Yeah.
and I had never really been like that because I just enjoy. I'm very practical and pragmatic, and I feel like God is about as practical and pragmatic as you can be.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
As a man thinketh, so he is.
Mhm.
Well, that works for me, right? Be kind to others. Huh. Novel concept,
Yeah.
right? Go out and share, with others me.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. Right? It's just so simple to me.
Got it.
But I felt like I was doing it more for the first time, maybe because I had to or I should, or different things like that.
Got it. And so then, what about family, friends now? How was that for those 5 years, 41 to 45? Able to get back into the swing of things with Todd, Tina, different things like that.
Yeah, we got to enjoy, especially with their youngest daughter, with Maddie. She was doing track, she was doing cross country, she did soccer,
Yeah.
and so we got to miss the older brothers stuff because I was still.
Right.
And then it relaxed down, and so spent a lot of time with Maddie and different things of that nature. And
Yeah.
plus, we had our own, kids doing different things.
Yeah.
You were doing all the sports, and Ryan was doing all the music type stuff.
Yeah. Got it. And then what about health, physical? Able to get that back to where you were?
I've never got back to where I need to be, and I'm a little bit ticked about that. So I challenge all the viewers. Listen to your parents.
Yeah.
My dad had told me, he said, you got to watch yourself from like 30 to 35. I'm like, watch myself. I'm like, I'm a stud,
Yeah.
right? Like, what do you mean? And then he told me 35 to 40. And it never really dawned on me. And so at this point, it started to dawn on me, started to wear on me a little bit. And, wasn't working out as much, wasn't doing the cardio,
Right.
And then you come around, and now I'm freaking like, Hulk Hogan again, doing like a teenager workout.
Yeah.
But it never did come around. The consumption for me was always an issue.
Right. 'Cause, you were still you work out, snatches, cleans, bench, squat, everything else.
Yeah, and
You
running
walk
around with
in,
you for
yeah.
4. I mean, even if I'm not doing your workout, I'm walking.
Yeah.
I used to look at my phone, it'd be like 17,000 steps.
Yeah.
But I think once you lose that metabolism and stuff like that, I think you could be in trouble. And I think that's where I'm at now. And so I'm just now getting ready to come out of it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
In 90 days from now, I'll be like his size, like, hey, how you doing, everybody? I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Got it.
Because it won't be easy. It'll be, I think, I'm not going to say the fight of my life because I've had a few.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fight.
Fight for sure.
Yeah.
And then going into personal, social, what did that look like for you from 41 to 45?
Well, it can look like any way I want because, you have money, you have, time, you have different things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I just kept to, where I was at. I hadn't collected anything for a lot of years because of all the
Yeah.
business and stuff. And, we were still going on vacations and stuff. But even like your senior year, we take you to Hawaii, right? Your senior year in high school.
I believe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think the year before that, we went to Alaska, or 2 years before that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, we were still going to do it, but my mind was always on this other stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm now I get to be in the moment, like
Right.
I'm really thinking about like, okay, that guy, that one view
Yeah.
may be able to, he may
Right.
go one thing, because I don't enjoy talking about myself. I always think like, who gives a crap,
Yeah.
but maybe something that I'm saying will help. And I know you enjoy hearing people's stories.
Yeah.
And I do too. I like hearing people's stories, but
Talking about it.
yeah, and then usually they got to be somebody. I'm a somebody in my little world, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And then now with career material, like you said, at this point you can retire if you wanted to, not that you
Yeah.
will or anything. what did that look like for you?
Just, kind of a hodgepodge and mainly, my career materials with you. I mean,
Yeah.
5 hours a day. And then I was pretty thoughtful on, your workouts and stuff.
Yeah.
And, so, maybe in the end that was, the majority of my day. And then making sure that the business was still operational and going good and different
Yeah.
things of that nature. But, I think that I primarily shifted my career material to you, which I would
Right.
count more as a personal social or
Right, it was kind of
more than family friends because it
Yeah.
was because I enjoyed that. I mean, even though I wanted to strangle and kill you most of the time,
yeah.
but I still enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, yeah. What else I did? With the individual system, the last couple times it's been, the height of it.
Yeah.
Did any of that really change, or was that all kind of the same with, mindset, getting organized, solution show?
All the same, other
Yeah.
than I was able to really start to pass that to you.
Right, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember growing up.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We
Yeah.
kind of did it, but then around that time's when.
Right, mainly in the summer.
Yeah.
Right, and I had a little system for you guys, but we started to get serious about it.
Yeah.
And remember that whole gradual release.
Right.
I do all 4, you do 0, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, and then you do. And I think that we were, trying to do that. So
Yeah.
it wasn't with me as much,
Right.
although I believe you have to practice what you preach. So I still
Right.
did it,
Yeah.
but it was fun to start being able to pass that on to you. I'd pass it on to tens of thousands and millions of others,
Right.
either directly or one removed or so.
Right.
So it was cool to see it with you, and you were a heck of an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone said it starts with the mind. It really did.
Yeah, but you weren't like the most athletic guy out there, right? I mean, you were on the smaller side. You were tall, but you were small. But I mean, you had a lot of athletic ability, and you were a good athlete. But I think the system really helped.
Yeah.
So that was good for me to see that. It's been helping out here.
Right.
What about my own doggone son? They say
Yeah.
Jesus can't be a prophet in his hometown.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was hard for you because you're like, well, he's just my dad. He can't know much.
Right. It's
Yeah.
tough, but no, it definitely. I know, when talking about it in different interviews for meets and stuff, it always come back to that. Well, it's the system that has really helped, and when you're in the middle of it, you don't see it as much.
No.
But when you have that hindsight, or you take a look back and you see what happened from your freshman year to your senior year of high school, you can see a lot of things change.
Well, and bigger than that, right? So, kudos to you, a big compliment to you. And I've been telling you the last couple weeks to a month or so, right? I get it. I've been you before. You got to get out of the house. You're like, screw your dad, right? I mean, you got to be able to do those things. But what I'm starting to see, and most people don't start this till they're 28, 30, if ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I emphasize if ever. The hemispheres of your brains don't come together till you're 28. I'm
Yeah.
serious. It's
Yeah.
medical, whatever. But you're starting to do things now that whether it's informal or formal, that are systems related,
Right.
that are mindset. And I know that you pushed against them at first,
Yeah.
because who wants to do that,
Right.
right? Who wants to do that extra work? I mean, nobody knows what you went through,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, most people aren't willing to give their whole life into something like you gave for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't force you, or I'm like, dude, that's on you.
Yeah.
And I would ask you every year, what are you trying to accomplish? If you would have been like, I want to be the best at league, I'd be like, well, good luck to you. I'll come watch your meets.
Right.
Well, okay, well, I want to be the best in the valley. Okay, well, I'll see you once a week,
Right.
right? Because you were talented enough to do those things.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go to the state meet. Well, we might want to see each other a couple days a week. But you always said, no, I want national level.
Yeah.
Well, we might want to do this 5 to 6 days a week, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so now with talking about, this will be the first time we can talk about the company system.
Yeah.
So what did the preliminary marks to get started look like for you and the company?
Yeah. So first of all, let's look at the parallels,
Okay.
right? So spiritual religion, it's a lot of that's in your mind and
Yeah.
different things. Well, so's mindset. Well, guess what? So's preliminary marks get started and creating a culture of excellence.
Right.
Because these are 5.
Yeah.
And there's 7 over here, but the first 2 go with that. So I started to run parallels.
Yeah.
When you were talking at the beginning,
Yeah.
interwoven, and
Yeah.
interweaving those, braiding those, weaving those together. And so I was able to do that, and that's where it came up with, what am I really doing? I always ask myself, like, what am I really doing? I go, okay, well, I'm kind of charting the course.
Yeah.
So I go, oh, that's a good, so we would call them like the title, and then we would call them tab overs.
Yeah.
And then there would be the section, and then the category, and then the arena. And then it depends how many far it goes over,
Yeah.
We've had some that go over what we call 24 Ds.
Yeah.
24 tab overs. It's like, oh my God.
Right.
And so, that went from charting. And then I said, well, what do I do after I chart? I go, I outline. And I go, okay, what do I do after the outline? I go, I give it to grandma so she can prototype it, or I give it to somebody else so they can prototype it, right? But she does the prototyping on, like with the lesson plans.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I want to do lesson plans around sports cards.
Yeah.
And so, I did this, I did charting, I did that. So usually I'm the charter and the outliner, and then somebody else will be the prototype, just like with you.
Yeah.
Right? When we try different things, I'm like, boom, boom. And then you go make that happen.
Yeah.
You got to create this, you got to make this meme, this blah, blah, whatever the case may be. So that's kind of that whole first section.
Got it. And then going into design for a long-term
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
What was that looking like for you?
So we were like, okay, so we're doing all this good work here. Where do we put it?
Okay.
So we're doing all this good work, and we create all these horizon and mission and vision statements, and And we already had this great system of creating a culture of excellence.
Yeah.
From the time that I first started coaching,
Right.
or even before then,
Yeah.
right? Mindset. So we said, where are we going to put it? And so we go, well, let's create, and then design for long-term sustainability came around.
Okay.
How do you get organized? How do you organize?
Right.
Not just how do you get organized, like, again, running a parallel with getting organized with the, mindset, get organized.
Yeah.
How do you do this over the company system? Well, we got to have a place to house stuff. So, well, how do we house it? Well, let's break it down by this and this and this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we could get pretty anal, at least I can.
Yeah.
1.1, 1.12, 1.13, or, in the end, we want to make it simple so it is duplicatable. Anybody can do it.
Got it. And then the heart of the matter.
Do it, baby. It's everything,
Yeah.
And so that's a parallel. It's simple parallel, right? Now, in the holistic system, there's no real do there because it's all do.
Yeah.
But, the solution showcase and the heart of the matter, they're the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go do stuff.
Got it. And then assessing certain very important information.
Yes, sir.
Is,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Say that 8 times fast.
It runs parallel to collecting data.
That's right.
Okay.
And so we collect the data in there. And then, there's also the moving beyond current best thinking, which are similar to those, right?
Yeah.
But mainly what we said is, assessing certain very important information is the same thing as collecting the data. So we were very thoughtful. What do we put in there? What's important to us?
Right.
So one of the things that we track, and by the way, I know the number now, not exact number, but we've been saying we've helped 40 million youth.
Yeah.
It's like 37 million, blah blah, and some change,
Yeah.
right? So I knew we were close to that, but now I can be historically correct or whatever. But that was our number one thing. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about Our number one thing was how many youth could we help? Then how many adults and our grown-ups, which are the same, but we just call them something different. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But we would do that. And so we created a thing that we said outstanding opportunity,
Okay.
right? And so up above that, we said, what we call like an accumulation achievements, which is how many of these youth have we helped, how many, so on and so forth. And then we'll set our standards around this. So what you realize is that your standards should fit in line with your marching orders, which should fit in line with what you're tracking,
Right.
which should fit in line with your creating a culture of excellence, your horizon, because it's easy to get off track.
Yeah.
Life isn't about Disneyland where you're in that little bumper car thing and or the tricycle. You got to put your big boy panties on and big girl panties on, and you got to get out off track sometimes and see what's really going on.
Right.
So those things were really kind of a simple transition for us. So simple, but 10 to 100 times larger.
Right. And then I forget the MB one and the Finish Up in Grand Fashion.
Yeah, moving beyond current best thinking, which would be like thoughtful advancement,
Got it.
and so is finishing up with grand fantasy. Those are those, you know, because there's only 5,
Right.
so that one equals those 2, which is
Okay.
likes, dislikes, so on and so forth. And then that last part, the reason we added it was we said before we get back up to charting, because it's a cyclical system, I said let's get some stuff here, almost like some prep work, and let's really make sure that we go through what's working, what's not working, what's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I can't waste ever.
Yeah.
So I say, as we're taking whatever we learned here, we got to get a microphone, and we're going back up the back side of the system,
Yeah.
up to charting the course. I said, we're going to act like we're looking at other things that we want to make sure that we always keep in mind, so that we don't ever forget, like, well, is it just about this? Oh no, it's about this, this, and this. And what about that? And that, you know, so that we're, you know, as we're conveyor belting up, we can go, oh, there's the basketball cards. Oh, there's the football cards. Oh, there's the baseball cards. Oh, there's the bobbleheads. Oh, there's the, right?
Yeah.
So that we can also not just go, okay, we have everything down at the bottom of the elevator and we're just going to go up.
Right.
Because we're wasting 7 floors in my mind. I don't like waste.
Yeah.
So no, be consciously competent, be thoughtful, and look at the thing as you're going up. I know it whacks everybody out, but that's just how I roll.
Gotcha. And then, was there a reason why for individual system, holistic system, you had 5, and then for this one you had 7?
Yeah, because it made sense.
Just made sense. Okay.
Yeah, we're very simple.
Got it.
Now, there's certain things that I won't say we force, but I think I talked about this earlier, that 3s and 5s, 7s seem to work. I don't know why that is, but I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asks a question, you know, is it 1, 2, or 3? Like, that's just simple.
Yeah.
You start getting to 4 and 5, it's like, huh?
Right.
Right? But I mean, how simple can it be? Mindset. And here are the 5 to 7 things you can do. If you're a little kid, do this one.
Yeah.
If you're a whack job like me, do all 7.
Yeah.
And maybe figure out 8, you know, whatever, right? So I think that it's just what made sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just bigger. It's bigger than an individual. There's more stuff there.
Got it.
So we just thought that was a really good spot to do some extras as we're going back up.
Got it. Gotcha.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
In my professional life, it has impacted me because I feel like I have more skills to work better with my staff, work better with students, work better with directors and other people around the district. So it has provided me with a lot of great tools that I use on a regular basis. I think one of the ones that I could say has really worked for me is the accountability formula, and knowing that it's not about the who, but it's about the what too.